If your Idaho license is suspended and the state says you need an SR-22, the next step is getting the right policy started and filed. SR-22 Direct can help you compare options, avoid the wrong coverage, and get moving toward reinstatement today. An SR-22 is a certificate, not a separate insurance policy. It is proof filed with the Idaho Transportation Department showing that your coverage meets the state's required liability limits. Idaho's minimum liability limits are $25, $50, $15. That means $25,000 per person for bodily injury, $50,000 per accident for bodily injury, and $15,000 for property damage. The SR-22 creates a link between your active policy and your driving record. If your policy cancels or your coverage lapses while the SR-22 is still required, the state can be notified, which may lead to another suspension or delay in reinstatement. Several situations can lead to an SR-22 requirement in Idaho. This may include a DUI-related conviction, refusal, administrative license suspension, driving without insurance, being at fault in an accident without proper coverage, accumulating too many violations, or other serious driving issues. The point of the SR-22 is to prove financial responsibility going forward. In many Idaho suspension cases, drivers are required to maintain SR-22 proof for about 3 years. But the exact requirement can depend on the reason for your suspension and what Idaho requires in your case. Consecutive coverage matters. If you miss a payment, cancel your policy, or switch insurance companies before your new SR-22 policy is active, the state can be notified. A gap in coverage can lead to another suspension and create problems with completing your required SR-22 period. Insurance premiums often increase after an SR-22 requirement, especially if the violation involved DUI, reckless driving, driving without insurance, or an accident. The exact increase depends on your driving history, age, location, vehicle, coverage limits, and the company you choose. Idaho rates can vary from one carrier to another, so shopping multiple carriers can make a real difference. The SR-22 filing fee itself is usually manageable, often $15 to $50 as a one-time cost. The bigger financial impact usually comes from the insurance premium. If you do not own a vehicle, a non-owner SR-22 policy may be an option. This can provide liability coverage when driving vehicles you do not own and is often less expensive than a policy that covers a vehicle you do own. Set up autopay, keep your policy active, and make sure any new SR-22 policy is active before canceling your old coverage. Visit SR22direct.com to get your Idaho SR-22 policy started today and compare rates. Or call or text 888-620-SR-22. That's 888-620-7722. Agents are standing by to help you get legal and back on the road today.